Little one, you do not have to hide anymore. Today, perhaps life has guided you here because there is a tender part of you that has been waiting for someone safe to speak gently. Maybe your adult self clicked on this video, but somewhere inside, your inner child is also listening. The child who learned to be quiet, the child who tried to be good, the child who feared making mistakes, the child who wanted to be held, noticed, protected, and loved without needing to perform. Today, we are not here to judge that child. We are here to welcome them home. Your inner child is the part of your consciousness that still remembers the emotional world of childhood. It remembers not only what happened, but how it felt. It remembers the moments when you were afraid of being scolded, compared, rejected, ignored, or left alone with emotions too big for your little body. It remembers trying to understand adults who may have been tired, wounded, distracted, strict, or emotionally unavailable. And because a child does not yet know how to explain pain wisely, the child often decides, maybe it is my fault. Maybe I am too much. Maybe I must become better, quieter, stronger, smarter, prettier, more useful, more obedient, so I can be loved. Then you grow up, but the child does not simply disappear. That child may still appear in your adult reactions. When someone does not answer, a young part may fear abandonment. When someone criticizes you, a young part may feel ashamed. When you make a mistake, a young part may expect punishment. When someone seems disappointed, a young part may panic and try to please everyone. When you are ignored, a young part may feel invisible again, and you may wonder, why am I reacting so strongly? Dear one, often it is not only the adult reacting, it is the child inside asking, am I safe now? Am I still loved? The healing is not to erase this child. Please do not try to push this part away. The inner child is not a problem to remove. The inner child is a tender part of you that has been waiting for the adult you are now to become the safe presence they needed then. Healing begins when you stop saying, why am I like this? And begin saying, oh, little one, I understand why you are afraid. Healing begins when you place a hand on your heart and say, you do not have to be scared alone anymore. I am here with you now. The first core affirmation is, this child is safe and loved. Let us feel the word safe. Safe means this child no longer has to live expecting punishment for every mistake. Safe means this child does not have to earn protection by being perfect. Safe means crying is not a crime. Having needs is not a shame. Feeling fear is not a failure. Safe means the child can breathe without waiting for someone to suddenly become angry, cold, disappointed, or gone. Safe means the adult you are now can pause, soften, and say, I will not frighten you with the same harshness that once hurt you. Loved means this child does not need to be impressive to be held in tenderness. Loved means they do not have to be always good, always quiet, always useful, always successful, always smiling. Loved means you are loved when you cry. You are loved when you are afraid. You are loved when you do not know what to do. You are loved when you make a mistake. You are loved before the achievement, before the approval, before the applause. This is deep medicine for the inner child because so many children learned that love had conditions. Today we offer a new message. You do not have to become perfect to deserve love. You are loved because you exist. The second core affirmation is, this child is welcomed and cherished. Welcomed is a very beautiful word. It heals the feeling of being a burden. It heals the old belief. Maybe I should not need so much. Maybe I take up too much space. Maybe my feelings are inconvenient. Maybe people would be happier if I were different. To be welcomed means the child does not have to apologize for being here. Their presence is not a mistake. Their sensitivity is not a problem. Their laughter, tears, questions, dreams, and tenderness are all allowed to have a place. Cherished goes even deeper. To cherish means to treasure. It means we do not merely tolerate the child, we value them. We honor their innocence, their softness, their honesty, their imagination, their longing for love, and their unique light. The child inside you may have been compared to others, but cherished means you do not need to be anyone else. You do not need to compete for your right to exist. You are precious in your own way. Can you imagine saying that to the child within? Your presence is a gift. You do not need permission to be here. These 4 words create a foundation for healing. Safe, loved, welcomed, cherished. Safe tells the nervous system, you do not have to brace. Loved tells the heart, you do not have to earn tenderness. Welcomed tells the child, you are not a burden. Cherished tells the soul, you are precious exactly as you are. When the inner child begins to believe even a small part of this, the emotional body can soften. The old fear may not vanish in one moment, but it begins to loosen. The adult self becomes a home instead of another place of criticism. So today, speak to the little one within you as you wish someone had spoken to you long ago. Say, I see you. I believe you. I am sorry you had to feel so alone. You did not deserve harshness. You did not deserve to be ignored. You did not deserve to carry adult pain in a child's body. I am here now, and I am learning how to love you. Let the words be simple. Let them be warm. Do not worry if emotion rises. Sometimes the inner child cries when they finally hear the truth. Place a hand on your heart and imagine that little version of you sitting near you. Do not force the image. Just sense them. Maybe they are shy. Maybe they are angry. Maybe they do not trust you yet. That is all right. Trust grows through repeated kindness. Say softly, this child is safe and loved. This child is welcomed and cherished. Let the words move slowly through the body. Let the little one hear them not as a performance, but as a promise. You are not going back to change the past by force. You are going back with love to change the meaning the child carried from the past. The child may have believed, I was not enough. Today you say, you were always enough. The child may have believed, I was too much. Today you say, your feelings were valid. The child may have believed, I had to earn love. Today you say, love was your birthright. And as you continue this work, remember, the inner child does not need a perfect adult. They need a present one. They need you to return when you forget. They need your voice to become softer. They need your body to become a safer place to live. They need you to stop using the old wounds as proof that you are unworthy. Little by little, you become the loving parent, the gentle protector, the warm home that child was always seeking. So breathe now, dear one. Let the little child inside you know you are safe, you are loved, you are welcomed, you are cherished. You do not have to be afraid alone anymore. I am here. I choose you. I will learn to love you well. I want to share something personal with you. For a long time, many of us do not realize that the voice we use inside our own mind is not really our original voice. We think it is just me. We think it is normal to say, "Don't be weak. Why did you make that mistake again? You should be better by now. Stop being so sensitive. Get over it." But if we listen carefully, we may begin to notice that this voice sounds very old. It may sound like someone from childhood. It may sound like a home where feelings were inconvenient. It may sound like a classroom where mistakes were embarrassing. It may sound like a parent, a teacher, a relative, or an early world that did not know how to hold a tender child with patience. And without meaning to, we carry that voice into adulthood and call it discipline, when really it is often unhealed pain repeating itself. This is one of the first barriers to healing the inner child. Continuing to speak to yourself with the same harshness that once hurt you, the adult self becomes a copy of the old judge instead of becoming the safe parent the child needed. You may think you are helping yourself improve by being strict, but the inner child does not hear love in that tone. It hears danger. It hears, "I am not safe here either." It hears, "Even inside my own body, I may be scolded, rejected, or shamed." And when the child inside feels unsafe, it does not heal faster. It hides. It becomes anxious, defensive, pleasing, angry, numb, or afraid to try. Dear one, you cannot shame the child into feeling safe. You cannot criticize the child into confidence. You cannot threaten the child into peace. The voice that heals is not the voice that says, "What is wrong with you?" The voice that heals says, "I see why this hurts. I understand why you are afraid. I am here now." That does not mean you never guide yourself. Of course you do. You are allowed to grow, learn, change, apologize, and become more responsible. But guidance without tenderness becomes punishment. And punishment cannot create the deep safety the inner child has been waiting for. Another barrier is denying the past. Many people say, "That was long ago. I am grown now. It was not that bad. Other people had it worse. I should be over it." These sentences may sound mature on the surface, but sometimes they are simply ways of avoiding the feeling. The inner child does not need a debate. The child does not need you to explain that the past is over. The child already knows time has moved on, but the body may still carry the emotional imprint. What the child needs is acknowledgement. Yes, that hurt. Yes, you felt alone. Yes, you were scared. Yes, you needed comfort and did not receive it. There is something deeply healing about being believed by yourself. Many wounds remain open not only because of what happened, but because no one truly named what it felt like. Maybe you were told you were too dramatic. Maybe your tears were dismissed. Maybe your fear was mocked. Maybe you were expected to be strong before you had a chance to be held. So now, when you say, "It did hurt," you are not living in the past. You are bringing truth to the place where truth was missing. And truth, spoken with love, begins to release the child from carrying pain in silence. The third barrier is forcing the child to heal quickly. This often happens when the adult self becomes impatient. You may say, "I have done the work. Why am I still triggered? Why do I still feel afraid? Why do I still care? Why am I not healed yet?" But the inner child does not respond well to deadlines. A child who has been frightened does not relax because someone says, "Hurry up and feel safe." Safety is not created by pressure. Safety is created by repeated experiences of gentleness. Again and again, you return. Again and again, you speak softly. Again and again, you keep promises. Again and again, you prove that this time, love stays. Healing the inner child is not about making the child disappear. It is about making the child feel welcomed inside your life. You are not trying to erase sensitivity, playfulness, longing, memory, or need. You are trying to bring those parts into a safer relationship with the adult you are now. The wounded child may not trust you immediately, and that is all right. If someone had been left alone for a very long time, they might not run into your arms the first time you appear. They may watch from a distance. They may test whether you really mean it. They may need to hear the same loving sentence many times before the body believes it. This is why mirror work can be so powerful. Stand in front of the mirror, not as a critic, not as someone checking what must be improved, but as someone returning to the child within. Look into your own eyes very gently. Imagine that behind those adult eyes, there is a little one still waiting to know whether you will be kind. Speak slowly, because the inner child does not need fast words. Say, "This child is safe and loved. This child is welcomed and cherished. I am here for you now." Let the words be simple enough for the child to understand and warm enough for the body to feel. If emotion rises, let it come. If the words feel difficult to believe, do not force yourself. You can soften the sentence. Say, "I am willing to love this child." That is a beautiful beginning. Willingness does not demand instant trust. It simply opens the door. If you cannot yet say, "I love you," without resistance, say, "I am willing to learn how to love you." If you cannot yet say, "You are safe," say, "I am willing to help you feel safer." If you cannot yet say, "You are cherished," say, "I am willing to see your preciousness." The softer doorway is still a doorway. Mirror work may feel strange because many people have used mirrors as places of judgment. The mirror became a place to find flaws, compare, criticize, or measure whether the body was acceptable. But now we use the mirror differently. We use it as a place of reunion. We let the eyes become kind. We let the adult self speak to the child self. We let the mirror become a little sanctuary where the old voice is interrupted by a new one. And over time, the child inside may begin to recognize your face not as another judge, but as a protector. Another deep practice is connecting with a childhood photo. Choose a picture of yourself around 3 to 5 years old if you have one. Do not choose it to analyze it harshly. Choose it to meet the child. Place it somewhere you can see it easily. Beside your bed, inside a journal, on a desk, or somewhere private and tender. Look at that little face. Look at the eyes, the hands, the expression, the innocence, the softness, the way that child had no idea how much they would one day carry. Then speak to them as you wish someone had spoken to you. You might say, "You are welcomed here. You are not a burden. I am here to protect you." Let those words land. The child in the photo did not need to be perfect to deserve love. That child did not need to be useful, successful, impressive, quiet, or convenient. That child simply needed safety, tenderness, patience, and protection. When you speak to the photo, you are not pretending to go backward in time. You are changing the emotional meaning the past still holds inside you. You are bringing present love to the place where love was missing. Some days you may look at the photo and feel warmth. Some days you may feel sadness. Some days you may feel nothing. All of it is allowed. Do not make the practice another performance. Just keep showing up. Say one sentence each day. You are not a burden. You are loved even when you cry. You are safe with me now. I am sorry you felt alone. I will learn how to protect you. The child does not need a speech every day. Sometimes one sincere sentence is enough. There is also a beautiful practice called non-dominant hand journaling. This means you use your dominant hand to write a question, and then you allow your non-dominant hand to write the answer as if the inner child is speaking. The writing may look messy. It may feel awkward. That is part of why it works for many people. It helps the adult mind loosen its control. It allows something more instinctive, more emotional, more childlike to come forward. You might write with your dominant hand, "How do you feel today?" Then switch hands and let the answer come simply. The answer may be short. I am scared. I want to rest. I feel lonely. I want to play. I do not want to be yelled at. I miss being held. Do not correct it. Do not analyze it immediately. Do not say, "That makes no sense." Just let the child speak. The purpose is not to create perfect writing. The purpose is to give the subconscious a safe little doorway. When the child answers, respond with kindness. Thank you for telling me. I hear you. You are not wrong for feeling this. I am here with you now. This practice can reveal things you may not have realized. Sometimes the adult self thinks the problem is productivity, but the child says, I am afraid of being criticized. Sometimes the adult self thinks the problem is laziness, but the child says, I am tired of trying to be perfect. Sometimes the adult self thinks the problem is anger, but the child says, I felt invisible. When the child speaks, the healing becomes more honest. You stop trying to fix only the surface and begin listening to the emotional root. Another essential practice is thanking the inner child. This may sound simple, but it is very powerful. Thank the child for surviving. Thank the child for finding ways to keep going when they did not understand what was happening. Thank the child for still carrying a sensitive heart. Thank the child for enduring things they should not have had to carry. Thank the child for staying inside you, waiting for the day they would be welcomed home. Gratitude turns the child from a burden into a beloved part of you. Say to the child, thank you for surviving. Thank you for trying so hard. Thank you for keeping your heart alive. Thank you for still being here. Can you feel the tenderness in that? The child may have thought they were wrong, weak, too much, or not enough. But now you are saying, you were brave. You were doing your best. You made it. I am proud of you. This kind of gratitude can soften shame. It helps the child stop feeling like the problem and start feeling like someone worthy of protection. Inner child healing is not living in the past. This is important. Some people fear that if they look back, they will get stuck there. But true inner child work does not trap you in yesterday. It brings the love of today to the places that did not receive enough love before. It allows the adult self to become present where the child once felt alone. When the child inside feels safer, the adult outside often becomes less reactive. You may notice that criticism does not crush you as deeply. Rejection does not make you disappear. Mistakes do not feel like danger. You can tell the truth with more steadiness because the child no longer believes every disagreement means abandonment. When the inner child feels unwelcome, the adult may spend years trying to earn belonging. But when the child begins to feel welcomed inside you, you no longer need the whole world to prove that you deserve to exist. You still enjoy love, friendship, success, and recognition, of course, but you are less desperate. You have begun to build an inner home. You have become the person who says, "You belong here with me." That is healing. That is freedom. Let us now imagine the final healing scene. Close your eyes if you can, or simply soften your gaze. Imagine yourself sitting beside the younger version of you. Do not rush toward them. Let them notice you. Perhaps they are sitting on the floor. Perhaps they are hiding. Perhaps they are angry. Perhaps they are quiet. Perhaps they are curious. You do not need to fix them. You do not need to tell them to stop crying. You do not need to ask them to explain everything. You simply sit nearby with patience. Let your body become calm in the visualization. Let your voice be low and warm. You might say, "I am not here to change you. I am here to be with you." Perhaps the child looks at you. Perhaps they do not. That is okay. Stay. Let them feel that you are not leaving just because they are afraid. Let them feel that your love does not depend on their mood. Let them feel that they do not have to become easy in order to be loved. Then, when it feels right, open your arms. Do not force the child to come. Just let your arms become available. Say softly, "You are safe. You are loved. You are welcomed. You are cherished." Let each word become a little blanket. Safe, loved, welcomed, cherished. These are not just words. They are the emotional foundation the child needed. They are the medicine for fear, shame, loneliness, and the belief of being unwanted. Let the child hear them again and again. If the child comes close, hold them gently. If the child stays at a distance, bless them from where they are. Healing respects timing. You can say, "I will come back. I will not forget you again." That promise matters. The inner child does not need you to be perfect. They need you to return. They need your voice to become safer over time. They need your choices to show that you mean what you say. They need you to stop inviting the old harshness into your inner home. Imagine placing a warm light around the child. Not a light that forces anything, but a soft light of welcome. Let the light say, "You do not have to be good to be loved. You do not have to be quiet to be safe. You do not have to be useful to be cherished. You do not have to hide your feelings to belong." Perhaps the child begins to soften. Perhaps they take one breath. Perhaps they lean into you. Perhaps nothing changes visibly, but something inside you knows a door has opened. This is the work, to become the protector the child once needed. Not a perfect protector, but a present one. A protector who notices when the old voice returns and says, "No, we do not speak to the child that way anymore." A protector who notices when the child is triggered and says, "We are safe now. I am here." A protector who notices people pleasing and says, "We do not need to earn love by disappearing." A protector who notices fear of rejection and says, "Even if someone leaves, I will not leave you." This is how the adult self becomes healing. There may still be days when the old patterns rise. You may still overreact sometimes. You may still feel small in certain moments. You may still crave approval, fear mistakes, or feel emotional when someone sounds disappointed. Do not shame yourself when this happens. It simply means the child needs reassurance. Instead of saying, "Why am I like this?" say, "What part of me is afraid right now?" This question brings compassion. It invites the child into relationship instead of exile. And each time you respond with compassion, the emotional system begins to soften. The child learns, I can feel fear and still be safe. I can make a mistake and still be loved. I can have needs and still be welcomed. I can be sensitive and still be cherished. These are not small lessons. They are life-changing lessons. They change how you love, how you work, how you speak, how you rest, how you choose, and how you allow yourself to be seen. So continue the practices. Look in the mirror and speak to the child with kindness. Keep the photo nearby and offer one loving sentence each day. Let the non-dominant hand write what the child has not been able to say. Thank the child for surviving. Thank the child for staying tender. Thank the child for waiting. And when you feel resistance, do not force it. Begin with willingness. I am willing to love this child. That sentence is enough for today if it is honest. Now let us close with the words that create the foundation. This child is safe and loved. This child is welcomed and cherished. Say them slowly. Let the body hear them. Let the younger part of you hear them. Let the words reach the places that still expect rejection. This child is safe. This child is loved. This child is welcomed. This child is cherished. And if tears come, let them wash the old loneliness. If peace comes, let it stay. If numbness comes, let it be included too. Every response is welcome here. You are not going back to become a child again. You are going back to bring the child forward into love. You are bringing the abandoned part into belonging. You are bringing the frightened part into safety. You are bringing the ashamed part into tenderness. You are bringing the hidden part into the light of your own acceptance. And as that child begins to feel safe, the adult you become is freer, softer, stronger, and more honest. If you are ready to heal the child within you, write in the comments, "This child is safe and loved." Let this be your promise. Let this be your beginning. Let this be the moment you stop using the old voice and begin becoming the safe voice. The child inside you has waited long enough. Open your arms, speak gently, return with love, and let the little one finally know you do not have to be afraid alone anymore. I am here now. You are safe. You are loved. You are welcomed. You are cherished. Think about this phrase for a moment. Responsibility to yourself. It may sound simple, but for many people it feels almost unfamiliar. We have been taught to be responsible for work, for family, for other people's feelings, for keeping the peace, for answering messages, for being useful, for being strong, for not disappointing anyone. But how often were we taught that we also have a sacred responsibility to care for the life inside our own body? How often were we told, before you rescue everyone else, Please make sure you are not abandoning yourself. Dear one, helping yourself first is not selfish. It is spiritual maturity. It is the moment you stop confusing exhaustion with love. It is the moment you stop believing that your value comes only from how much you can carry, fix, give, solve, and absorb. You were not placed on this earth to become an empty cup that everyone drinks from until nothing is left. You are a living being. You have a body that needs rest, a heart that needs tenderness, a mind that needs quiet, and a soul that needs connection with life. When you try to save everyone while you are depleted, your help may begin to carry hidden pain. You may say yes, but inside you feel resentment. You may give advice, but underneath it you feel tired and unseen. You may try to be patient with others while speaking to yourself with harshness. You may hold everyone's emotions, but never allow your own emotions to be held. And after a while, love begins to feel like pressure. Care begins to feel like duty. Giving begins to feel like a slow disappearance of yourself. This is not because you are unloving. It is because you have forgotten that you are included in the circle of love. You deserve the same care you try to give to others. You deserve the same gentleness you offer when someone else is tired. You deserve the same encouragement you give when someone else feels lost. You deserve to be spoken to with warmth, fed with respect, rested without guilt, and listened to without judgment. Self-care has 3 layers. The first is the physical layer. Your body is not a machine that exists only to complete tasks. It is your home in this lifetime. It asks for sleep. It asks for food that nourishes. It asks for water. It asks for movement. It asks for rest. It sends signals long before it breaks down. A tight jaw, heavy shoulders, shallow breath, irritation, fatigue, a longing to be still. These are not weaknesses, they are messages. When you listen to the body, you are not wasting time. You are returning to the foundation that allows you to live, love, and create. The second layer is the emotional layer. You do not have to force yourself to be strong all the time. Sometimes real strength is admitting, I am hurt. I am tired. I need support. I do not have space for this today. Emotions that are ignored do not disappear. They often become tension, bitterness, or numbness. Helping yourself means allowing your feelings to be seen without letting them become your whole identity. You can feel sadness and still be safe. You can feel anger and still choose wisely. You can feel fear and still take one gentle step. The third layer is the soul layer. This is the place inside you that needs silence, meaning, faith, and connection with life. When you are always rushing to solve everyone's crisis, you may forget to ask, what is my spirit needing? Perhaps it needs prayer. Perhaps it needs stillness. Perhaps it needs a walk under the sky. Perhaps it needs to remember that your life has a purpose beyond pleasing people. The soul becomes quiet when ignored, but it never stops calling you home. So let this be a healing sentence inside you. I am willing to care for myself with love, not with guilt, not with fear, not only after everyone else is satisfied, with love. You can care for yourself before you collapse. You can rest before resentment grows. You can pause before you answer. You can eat before you are shaking. You can say no before your heart becomes bitter. This is not rejection of others. This is respect for the life that life has given you. And when life feels too big, When the pain, the debt, the work, the relationship, the dream, or the decision feels like one enormous mountain, do not stand at the bottom asking, "How do I change my whole life?" That question may overwhelm the mind. It may make the body freeze. It may make you feel powerless before you begin. Instead, practice microanalysis. Make the problem small enough for your nervous system to touch. Ask, what is the smallest thing I can do in 5 minutes? Not the perfect thing, not the final thing, the smallest thing. Send one message, drink one glass of water, write one line, clear one corner, open the document, take 10 breaths, step outside for fresh air, rest for 10 minutes without calling yourself lazy. These small steps may look insignificant to the ego, but they are powerful to the subconscious. They say, I am not helpless. I can do one thing. A completed small action breaks the spell of powerlessness. The mind begins to receive a new signal. I moved. I chose. I stayed with myself. I did not fix everything, but I did one loving thing. And one loving thing creates a little space. In that space, the next step becomes easier to see. This is how change often begins, not with a dramatic life transformation, but with one quiet decision that tells the body, we are no longer abandoned. So today, help yourself first in one simple way, not perfectly, not dramatically, just honestly. Give your body one act of care. Give your heart one moment of permission. Give your soul one breath of silence. And if the problem feels too large, make it smaller. Make it human. Make it 5 minutes. You do not need to save your whole life in one day. You only need to stop leaving yourself behind. You are worthy of the care you keep offering to others. You are allowed to become strong without becoming hard. You are allowed to be loving without becoming empty. You are allowed to be generous without disappearing. Begin with yourself, dear one. Fill the cup, repair the cup, hold the cup with tenderness. And from that fuller place, whatever you give will carry peace instead of pain, love instead of resentment, and presence instead of exhaustion. Well, let me ask you something with a little smile. Have you ever tried to save everyone else's life while your own laundry, sleep, emotions, and nervous system were sitting in the corner saying, "Excuse me, what about us?" Oh, dear one, we can laugh softly because it is so human. Many of us learn to become very busy, helping, fixing, explaining, rescuing, soothing, carrying, and managing everything around us. And sometimes we became so skilled at noticing everyone else's pain that we forgot to notice our own. We could sense a change in someone's tone from across the room, but we did not know how to hear the quiet cry inside our own heart. There is a voice inside many people that says, if I do not help everyone, I am selfish. If I rest, I am lazy. If I say no, they will leave. If I stop giving, I will no longer be valuable. But let us look at this voice gently. It is not the real you. It is not the wise, loving, eternal part of you. It is often an old recording. It may have been formed in childhood. It may have been formed in a home where love felt connected to usefulness. It may have been formed in relationships where you had to overgive to feel safe. It may have been formed in seasons where your needs were ignored, so you learned to survive by becoming needed. This inner enemy is not truly an enemy in the way we usually imagine one. It is an old protective voice that has become too loud. It says, do more, give more, fix more, be nicer, be quieter, be stronger. Do not disappoint anyone. Do not let anyone be upset with you. And because it speaks with urgency, we may mistake it for truth, but urgency is not always truth. Fear can sound very convincing. Guilt can sound very spiritual. Self-abandonment can even dress itself up as love. So we must learn to recognize the voice before we obey it. When the old voice says, I am not good enough, pause. Do not collapse into it. Do not fight it with hatred. Simply notice, this is the old program speaking. When the voice says, I must save everyone to have value, pause again. Your value was not created by how exhausted you can become. Your worth was not assigned by how much pain you can absorb. When the voice says, if I rest, I am selfish, smile gently and remember that rest is not selfish. Rest is how a human being remains alive, clear, loving, and honest. When the voice says, if I say no, they will leave, you can ask, was that love? Or was that control dressed as attachment? The healing is not in attacking the voice. If you attack the mind becomes louder. If you shame yourself for having old thoughts, you create another layer of pain. Instead, become the loving observer. When that voice appears, say quietly, thank you for sharing. I choose a kinder thought now. This sentence is not weak. It is very powerful. It says, I hear you, old fear, but you no longer get to lead my life. It says, you may speak, but I choose how I respond. It says, I am becoming the authority in my own inner world. You do not have to believe everything your mind says. This is such a freedom. The mind may offer old fear. It may offer guilt. It may offer a frightening picture of what will happen if you choose yourself. But you can pause and say, is this loving? Is this true now? Is this guiding me toward wholeness or pulling me back into an old role? You have the right to choose again. You have the right to treat yourself differently. You have the right to stop using fear as your inner teacher. Ask yourself with tenderness, who am I trying to save so I do not have to look at my own pain? This is a brave question. Sometimes we run toward other people's problems because sitting with our own feelings feels too unfamiliar. It is easier to advise someone else than to admit, I am lonely. It is easier to fix someone else's chaos than to say, my own life needs attention. It is easier to carry another person's emotional world than to feel the emptiness inside our own. But the pain you avoid does not disappear. It waits for your kindness. Ask also, am I helping from love or from fear of being rejected? Love feels open. Fear feels tight. Love can give and still remain whole. Fear gives while secretly begging, please do not leave me. Please approve of me. Please need me. Love has dignity. Fear has desperation. Love respects both people. Fear often forgets that you are a person too. If you discover that some of your helping has come from fear, do not criticize yourself. Simply become honest. Honesty is the doorway to healing. Then ask, if I truly loved myself today, what would I stop doing? What a powerful question. Perhaps you would stop explaining yourself to someone who is committed to misunderstanding you. Perhaps you would stop answering messages immediately when your body needs quiet. Perhaps you would stop volunteering for burdens that were never yours. Perhaps you would stop speaking to yourself like a disappointed parent. Perhaps you would stop saying yes with your mouth while your whole body is whispering no. Sometimes self-love begins not with doing more, but with stopping what is draining your life. And now I want you to remember something wonderful. You are a collection of potentials that have not all been awakened yet. You do not yet know everything you can become. You may think you know yourself because you know your old patterns, your fears, your habits, your familiar reactions. But those are only the parts of you that have been practiced the longest. There are other parts waiting. A braver voice, a calmer body, a clearer yes, a stronger no, a creative gift, a quieter confidence, a deeper love, a wiser way of choosing. There are parts of you that only wake up when you stop living inside the old role. If you have always been the rescuer, there is a part of you waiting to become the creator. If you have always been the peacekeeper, there is a part of you waiting to become the truth speaker. If you have always been the one who waits for permission, there is a part of you waiting to become the chooser. If you have always been the one who hides, there is a part of you waiting to stand gently in the light. You are not as small as old experiences made you believe. Sometimes a new environment awakens a new self. Sometimes a new skill awakens a new confidence. Sometimes speaking honestly one time awakens a voice you thought you did not have. Sometimes going somewhere alone awakens independence. Sometimes finishing the thing you kept avoiding awakens self-respect. Every new experience calls forward a new part of you. You do not need to wait until you feel perfectly confident before you begin. Confidence often wakes up after you take the conscious action, not before. So take yourself into healthy new situations. Learn something that makes you feel alive. Say one honest sentence that you have been swallowing. Go to a place alone and discover that your own company can be safe. Finish one task you have avoided, not to prove your worth, but to show your mind that you are capable of moving. Try the class, write the page, make the call, take the walk, begin the project, ask the question. Give yourself the experience of being someone who acts with love on their own behalf. This is how dormant confidence wakes up, not through pressure, not through shame, not through comparing yourself to people who seem farther ahead. It wakes up when you begin giving yourself evidence. Evidence that you can choose, evidence that you can stay, evidence that you can learn, evidence that you can recover, evidence that you can be uncomfortable and still survive, evidence that you are not the old story anymore. Every conscious action sends a message inward. There is more in me than I knew. And when you begin to discover this fullness inside yourself, your way of helping others changes. You no longer help because you need to be seen as good. You no longer love in order to earn safety. You no longer listen by swallowing the whole weight of someone else's life. You no longer support people by becoming their rescuer. You help from fullness, and fullness has a very different energy. It is warm, but not desperate. It is generous, but not self-erasing. It is compassionate, but not confused. Helping from fullness means you can give without secretly waiting for applause. You can love without controlling the other person's choices. You can listen without turning their life into your responsibility. You can support without becoming the only pillar holding them up. You can say, I care about you, and also say, this part is yours to choose. This is mature love. It honors both souls. It does not steal another person's growth by doing all their inner work for them. And it does not sacrifice your well-being to prove devotion. There is a great difference between love and self-sacrifice. Love expands you, self-sacrifice slowly erases you. Love has mutual respect. Self-sacrifice often has hidden resentment. Love says, I see you, and I also see myself. Self-sacrifice says, I will disappear so you will not be uncomfortable. Love is honest. Self-sacrifice performs. Love can say yes with joy and no with peace. Self-sacrifice says yes with a heavy heart and then wonders why it feels unseen. Please understand, some sacrifices in life are natural and loving. We all make adjustments for people we care about. We all give time, energy, patience, and effort. But when sacrifice becomes your identity, when you feel guilty for having needs, when you cannot rest unless everyone else approves, when you feel resentful but continue giving, then it is time to return to yourself. Love should not require your disappearance. Love should not demand that you become empty. Love should make truth safer, not impossible. When you care for yourself first, you do not love others less. You love them from a clearer place, a calmer place, a more adult place. You stop making them responsible for your sense of worth. You stop using help as a way to secure attachment. You stop confusing being needed with being loved. And then your love becomes cleaner. It carries more peace. It carries more honesty. It carries more freedom. People can feel the difference. They no longer feel the pressure of your unspoken need to be needed. They feel your presence. Today, I want you to practice returning to yourself through 3 questions. Ask first, what does my body need today? Do not answer from habit. Listen. Maybe your body needs water. Maybe it needs movement. Maybe it needs food. Maybe it needs less noise. Maybe it needs sunlight. Maybe it needs to stop being pushed past its signals. The body speaks quietly at first. If ignored, it speaks louder. So listen early. Caring for the body is not vanity. It is respect for the home of your life. Ask next, what does my heart need today? Perhaps it needs to cry. Perhaps it needs a kind conversation. Perhaps it needs to stop pretending. Perhaps it needs beauty. Perhaps it needs forgiveness. Perhaps it needs the relief of saying, that hurt me. Perhaps it needs reassurance from you. The heart is not a machine. It does not heal by being ordered to hurry. It heals when it is witnessed, loved, and allowed to feel without shame. Then ask, what does my spirit need today? Perhaps it needs silence, perhaps prayer, perhaps a walk under the sky, perhaps music, perhaps a reminder that life is larger than this one problem. Perhaps it needs purpose. Perhaps it needs to stop consuming so much noise and return to what is sacred. Your spirit needs moments where it is not being used for productivity. It needs connection with life. It needs meaning. It needs to remember that you are more than tasks and obligations. These 3 questions are simple, but they can completely change the way you live. Body, heart, spirit. When you ask them daily, you stop treating yourself like an afterthought. You begin to include yourself in your own care. You begin to notice when you are becoming empty before emptiness becomes collapse. You begin to help yourself in the places where you used to wait for someone else to notice. Then practice mirror work. Stand before the mirror and look into your own eyes, not as a critic, but as someone returning home. Many people look in the mirror and immediately search for what is wrong. Today, do something different. Look as if you are meeting a dear friend who has been trying very hard for a long time. Say slowly, I help myself first with love. I am worthy of my own care. I can support others without abandoning myself. Let the words be tender. Let them go past the surface. Let the eyes receive them. If the words feel emotional, breathe. If they feel strange, that is all right. Strange often means new. You are learning a new relationship with yourself. You are telling the subconscious, I am not here only for others. I am here for me too. This is a radical healing for anyone who has spent years becoming acceptable by becoming useful. The mirror becomes a place where you practice seeing yourself as worthy before you perform anything for anyone. And then choose one small action of care. 5 minutes. Do not negotiate. Do not make it dramatic. Do not wait for the perfect time. Choose one thing and do it. Stretch for 5 minutes. Sit in silence for 5 minutes. Drink water slowly. Put your phone down. Step outside. Clear one space. Write one honest sentence. Lie down and breathe. Wash your face with tenderness. Prepare something nourishing. Say no to one unnecessary demand. And when you finish, acknowledge it. I have just returned to myself. That acknowledgement matters. Many people do small good things for themselves and immediately dismiss them. Do not dismiss the return. Let the body hear it. I have just returned to myself. This creates a new memory, a memory of not being abandoned, a memory of being chosen, a memory of care. And small memories of care gather. They begin to form a new inner trust. You were not born to become depleted while trying to save the whole world. You were born to live fully, heal deeply, love honestly, create joyfully, and share from the fullness of your own being. You were not born to disappear into other people's needs. You were born to become a clear channel of love, and a channel must be open within itself. If it is blocked by resentment, exhaustion, guilt, and fear, love cannot flow freely. It becomes strained. But when you tend to yourself, love moves with ease. This is the closing truth. Helping yourself first does not make you less loving. It makes your love more truthful. Caring for your body, heart, and spirit does not pull you away from the world. It gives you something real to bring to the world. When you are full within, you do not need to manipulate, rescue, overgive, or disappear. You can simply love. You can simply support. You can simply be present. You can give without losing yourself. Say gently now, I help myself first. I care for my body, my heart, and my spirit. When I am full within, I can share love freely. Let those words become permission, permission to rest, permission to listen inward, permission to stop rescuing from fear, permission to love without vanishing, permission to return to the life inside you. And as you move forward, remember this. The world does not need the exhausted version of you pretending to be endless. The world needs the honest version of you, alive, peaceful, rooted, and connected to your own heart. Begin there. Help yourself with love. Care for what is sacred in you. And from that place, whatever you share will carry the healing fragrance of a soul that has finally learned not to abandon itself. Before we close today, my dear friend, I want to gently ask you, how did this message speak to your heart? Did it make you feel comforted? Did it bring up something you needed to look at? Did it remind you that caring for yourself is not selfish, but deeply necessary? Sometimes one sentence can open a door inside us. Sometimes one idea can make us realize, I have been carrying too much. I have been giving from emptiness. I need to come back to myself. So I would love to hear from you. What part of today's message touched you the most? Was it the reminder to help yourself first? Was it the idea that you can support others without abandoning yourself? Was it the question, what does my body, my heart, and my spirit need today? Or was it simply the permission to rest, breathe, and stop trying to save everyone at the cost of your own peace? And if you have a question in your heart, please write it in the comments. Maybe you want to ask about self-love. Maybe you are struggling with guilt when you say no. Maybe you do not know how to stop rescuing people you love. Maybe you want to understand how to care for yourself without feeling selfish. Whatever your question is, I invite you to share it. Your voice matters here. Your healing matters here. This is a safe space to reflect, to learn, and to begin again with more love. Thank you for being here today. I am grateful for your presence, and I bless you with peace, clarity, courage, and the gentle strength to return to yourself. Let's begin with this beautiful thought. Peace is not weakness. Peace is power in its quietest, deepest, most healing form. Many people think power must be loud. They think power must push, argue, defend, prove, or control. But there is another kind of power, a much higher kind of power, that does not need to force anything. It simply is. It stands still. It breathes. It blesses the room without demanding attention. And that power is peace. In the language of energy and consciousness, especially through the symbolic view of power versus force, peace is often placed at the level of 600. Fear is placed around 100. Anger is placed around 150. Now, dear one, we do not need to treat these numbers as a strict scientific measurement. We can receive them as a spiritual and energetic map. And this map tells us something very important. Peace is not low energy. Peace is not passive. Peace is not empty. Peace is a very high, stable, powerful field. Fear at 100 makes the human being contract. Fear says something is wrong. Protect yourself. Do not trust. Close your heart. Prepare for danger. When you live from fear, the body tightens, the breath becomes shallow, the mind searches for proof that life is unsafe. Fear makes the world feel smaller. It makes you defensive. It makes you suspicious. It makes you imagine enemies where there may only be uncertainty. Fear is heavy because it pulls your energy inward and downward. Anger at 150 has more movement than fear, and sometimes anger can be a doorway out of helplessness. It can show you that something needs to change. But anger, when it rules you, burns hot and fast. It reacts before it listens. It attacks before it understands. It wants to win, prove, strike, and defend. Anger can create motion, but it can also create damage. It can disturb the energy of a room very quickly. It may feel powerful in the moment, but it often leaves the body exhausted and the heart more guarded. Peace at 600 is different. Peace does not explode. Peace does not need to threaten. Peace does not need to shout, "Look how powerful I am." Peace is like a deep, still field that can hold many waves without becoming the waves. It is steady enough to calm chaos. It is clear enough to see through confusion. It is strong enough to respond without being controlled by every emotional storm. When you are peaceful inside, you do not need to use force to influence others. Your presence itself becomes medicine. Think about the people you have met who carry real peace. They may not say very much, but the room feels different when they arrive. Their voice has space in it. Their eyes do not attack. Their breathing is slower. Their body does not seem to be fighting life. And because they are not adding fear, panic, or anger to the room, something in everyone else begins to soften. This is the power of peace. It does not push, it regulates. When you hold peace inside yourself, you stop contributing more fear to the environment. You do not enter the room and pour your anxiety into everyone else. You do not answer anger with more anger. You do not pull people into an energetic battle just because your ego wants to be right. You become a different kind of presence. A person can come to you upset, and instead of joining their storm, you become the calm shore. You listen, you breathe, you stay connected to yourself, and slowly, they may begin to remember their own steadiness. This does not mean you become weak. This does not mean you let people mistreat you. Peace is not people-pleasing. Peace is not silence when truth is needed. Peace is not swallowing your needs so others can remain comfortable. True peace can speak clearly. True peace can set boundaries. True peace can say, "No, this is not right for me." But it speaks without poisoning itself. It protects without hatred. It walks away without becoming bitter. It chooses dignity over drama. From the view of energy, one person who is truly peaceful can soften the chaotic field of many people around them. If everyone in the room is afraid, one peaceful person can remind the room that panic is not the only option. If everyone is angry, one peaceful person can slow the fire. If everyone is reacting, one peaceful person can become the pause. You may think this is small, but it is not small. A pause can save a conversation. A calm breath can prevent a harsh word. A peaceful presence can keep pain from multiplying. And your body understands this deeply. Peace is not only a thought. Peace is a nervous system state. When you become peaceful, your breath slows, your jaw relaxes, your shoulders soften, your belly begins to release. The body receives a message. We are safe enough in this moment. The parasympathetic nervous system, the part of you connected to rest, repair, digestion, and connection, begins to come online. The body no longer needs to fight, flee, freeze, or brace every second. The vagus nerve is often spoken of in connection with this calm, connected state. It helps the body move toward relaxation, restoration, and social connection. When your nervous system is more regulated, other people can feel it. They may not know the word for it. They may not say, "Your vagus nerve is helping me calm down," but their body recognizes your rhythm. They hear your slower voice. They see your softer eyes. They feel that you are not attacking the space, and something in them may begin to settle too. This is called co-regulation. One settled nervous system can help another nervous system feel safer. Think of a child calming down in the arms of a calm adult. Think of a friend who is anxious, then begins to breathe more slowly because you are listening without panic. Think of a tense room that begins to shift because one person refuses to escalate. We are always affecting each other, not only through words, but through tone, breath, posture, eyes, and presence. So when you cultivate peace within yourself, you are not doing something selfish. You are blessing your relationships. You are blessing your home. You are blessing your work. You are blessing the conversations you enter. The more peaceful you are inside, the more peace you have to share with others. You cannot give what you do not carry. If you carry fear, you share fear. If you carry anger, you share anger. If you carry peace, you share peace without even trying. But please hear this gently. You are not responsible for fixing everyone's nervous system. You are not here to absorb everyone's pain. You are not here to become the emotional container for people who refuse to do their own healing. Peace does not mean carrying the whole room. Peace means remaining connected to yourself while you are in the room. You can care without collapsing. You can love without losing your center. You can listen without becoming heavy. You can be present without becoming responsible for everyone's emotions. This is why peace must begin inside you. It begins in the way you speak to yourself. It begins in the way you breathe before reacting. It begins in the way you notice fear without letting fear drive. It begins in the way you notice anger without letting anger speak for you. It begins in the little moment where you say, "I choose peace," before I choose words. That little moment is powerful. That little moment is the doorway from force into true power. So today, remember the numbers as a gentle symbol. Fear at 100 contracts, anger at 150 reacts, peace at 600 radiates. Fear says, protect yourself from life. Anger says, fight life before it hurts you. Peace says, I am safe enough to respond with wisdom. And that is the energy that changes everything around you. Let peace become your quiet strength. Let it enter your breath. Let it soften your body. Let it clean your words. Let it guide your responses. Let it become the field you carry into every room. You do not need to shout to be powerful. You do not need to fight to be strong. The peace within you is already a high and healing vibration. And the more peaceful you become inside, the more your very presence reminds others that peace is possible too. Let me share a little metaphor with you. Imagine a cup sitting quietly beneath a clear stream of water. If the cup is empty, it can receive. If the cup is cracked, it needs care. If the cup is already full of dust, old bitterness, fear, and exhaustion, then anything poured into it becomes mixed with what has not yet been cleansed. And if the cup is dry, it cannot overflow. It can only scrape, force, and try to give from emptiness. Dear one, this is how many people live. They try to pour peace into others while their own inner cup is empty. They try to give love while their nervous system is tired. They try to be patient while speaking to themselves with cruelty. They try to help everyone. But inside, they are quietly resentful because they have not first returned to themselves. This is the law of overflow. You cannot truly give what you do not have. You may perform kindness for a while. You may smile when you are tired. You may say the right words. You may carry other people's burdens because you believe that is what love means. But if there is no peace inside you, what you give will eventually contain strain. If there is no tenderness inside you, your giving may become controlled. If there is no rest inside you, your help may become resentment. If there is no love toward yourself, your love for others may become a silent request. Please appreciate me. Please see how much I am giving. Please make me feel worthy. And this is why inner peace is not selfish. It is spiritual responsibility. When you care for your own peace, you are not turning away from the world. You are preparing to meet the world without losing yourself. When you become fuller inside, you can give without secretly demanding that others refill you. When you become steadier inside, you can love without gripping, controlling, or fearing abandonment. When you become kinder inside, your kindness toward others becomes cleaner. It is no longer a performance, it becomes a fragrance. A flower does not force its fragrance into the air. It becomes fragrant, and the fragrance naturally spreads. A lamp does not argue with the darkness. It simply stays lit. A calm lake does not chase the sky. It becomes still enough to reflect it. In the same way, when peace lives within you, it begins to move through your voice, your face, your choices, your pauses, your boundaries, your listening, and even your silence. You do not have to announce, "I am peaceful." People feel it. Rooms feel it. Conversations feel it. Your life begins to carry a different atmosphere. This is the teaching I want you to hold close. Begin with yourself. Not because others do not matter, but because you are the place from which your whole life is experienced. If you abandon yourself, your giving becomes heavy. If you reject yourself, your words become sharp. If you ignore your own body, your presence becomes restless. So begin within. Place a hand over your heart and say, "I choose peace within myself first." Let this not be a selfish statement. Let it be a sacred one. You are not choosing peace instead of love. You are choosing peace so that love can flow through you without becoming tangled in fear. When you are empty, you may give with a hidden ache. You may help someone and then feel angry that they did not notice your sacrifice. You may say yes when your body is saying no, and later you call yourself loving, but inside you feel used. You may try to be patient, but the patience is only on the surface because underneath it there is self-criticism, pressure, and emotional fatigue. You may want to comfort someone, but your own system is so overwhelmed that their pain feels like one more weight you must carry. This is not failure. It is simply a sign that your cup needs tending. Peace asks you to become honest. Am I giving from overflow, or am I giving from emptiness? Am I helping from love, or am I helping so I do not feel guilty? Am I listening because I have space, or because I am afraid of disappointing someone? Am I being kind, or am I abandoning myself and calling it kindness? These questions are not meant to shame you. They are meant to bring you home. When you are peaceful inside, you can give in the highest way, and one of the highest ways to give is through thought, blessing, and acknowledgement. When you see someone succeed, become wealthy, fall in love, heal, grow, or receive something beautiful, you have a choice. The old mind may compare. It may say, "Why them and not me?" It may shrink, judge, or secretly hope their good does not last. But the healed mind blesses. It says, "How beautiful, good exists." Life is generous. Their good does not take away from mine. When you bless good in another person, you are telling your own subconscious, good is allowed in my world too. This is so powerful. Every time you celebrate someone's blessing, you open a door inside yourself. You stop treating abundance as a limited table where only a few can eat. You begin to understand that the success of another person can be evidence of possibility, not evidence of your lack. Their love does not steal yours. Their money does not block yours. Their joy does not reduce your joy. Their light does not make your light smaller. Blessing them keeps your own energy open. You may quietly think, I bless your success. There is enough good for everyone. Your good reminds me that good is possible for me too. And feel how clean that is. It releases envy. It releases scarcity. It releases the old belief that life is a competition for crumbs. This does not mean you never feel a sting. Sometimes you will. If you have been waiting for something, another person's blessing may touch a tender place in you. Be kind there. Do not shame yourself for being human. Simply choose again. Let their good become a candle that reminds you more light is possible. Another high-frequency way of giving is peaceful listening. Not everyone who is hurting needs advice immediately. Sometimes advice comes too quickly because we are uncomfortable with pain. We rush to fix, solve, explain, or compare. Someone begins sharing their grief, and we interrupt with our own story. Someone speaks from confusion, and we try to organize their life in 3 sentences. Someone cries, and we panic because their emotion awakens our own unprocessed emotion. But peaceful listening is different. It does not rush. It does not grab. It does not make the other person's pain larger by adding fear to it. Peaceful listening says, I can be here without taking over. I can witness without controlling. I can let your heart speak without making this about me. Sometimes the most healing gift you can give another person is your calm presence, your slow breath, your soft eyes, your quiet attention, your ability to remain steady while they are not steady yet. This is not passive. It is deeply loving. It tells the other person's nervous system, your pain does not frighten me. You do not have to perform calmness to be accepted here. When you listen this way, you are not absorbing their suffering. You are not becoming responsible for fixing their life. You are offering peace by being present. You breathe slowly. You soften your gaze. You let your body remain grounded. You hear not only the words, but the heart beneath the words. And inside you may hold the simple intention, I offer peace by being present. That intention keeps you from rushing into ego. It keeps you from needing to be the rescuer. It allows love to be spacious. Another powerful practice is blessing the person who comes with aggression. This may be difficult, so let us be very clear. Blessing someone does not mean accepting mistreatment. It does not mean staying in a harmful situation. It does not mean pretending their behavior is acceptable. It means you refuse to let their negativity take ownership of your nervous system. You refuse to let their anger become your inner climate. You refuse to let someone else's wound decide who you become in that moment. When someone is rude, reactive, cold, sharp, or difficult, the old mind may want to drop to the same level. It wants to defend, attack, prove, and win. Sometimes you do need to speak clearly. Sometimes you do need to leave. Sometimes you do need to set a firm boundary. But before you respond, you can bless them silently. I bless you with love. I release you, and I am free. This is not for them only. It is for you. It keeps your energy clean. It reminds you that you do not have to drink poison because someone else handed you a cup. There is dignity in not becoming the energy that hurts you. There is strength in not letting another person's reaction become your state of being. You can stand tall. You can breathe. You can answer only what needs answering. You can leave the rest. You can say, "This conversation is not healthy for me right now." You can say, "I will respond when we can speak with respect." You can say nothing and walk away. Peace is not weakness. Peace is strength that has been softened by wisdom. And then there is giving materially from the energy of flow. Money is such a powerful place to practice peace because many people pay with fear. They pay a bill and feel only loss. They buy something necessary and feel guilt. They give and then tighten. They receive and then worry it will disappear. But money is energy in motion. It comes, it goes, it supports, it exchanges, it blesses, it returns in many forms. When you see money only as something leaving you forever, your body closes around it. When you see money as part of a larger flow, your body can remain more open. When you pay for food, you are blessing the farmer, the worker, the shop, the person who delivered it, and your own body. When you pay for electricity, you are participating in light, warmth, connection, and comfort. When you pay rent or a mortgage, you are blessing shelter. When you buy a gift, you are allowing love to take form. When you pay someone for their work, you are honoring exchange. So instead of saying, "Money is leaving me," you can feel, "This money is moving through me to bless life, and life knows how to bless me in return." As you pay, you may quietly hold the thought, "This money blesses others and returns to me in beautiful ways. I am a channel of prosperity." You do not need to say it mechanically. Feel it. Let the hand soften. Let the breath stay open. Let the old fear around loss loosen. Giving in peace keeps the flow open. It teaches the subconscious that money can move without danger. It reminds you that prosperity is not only accumulation, it is circulation, trust, generosity, wisdom, and receptivity. Now, before you share peace with the world, practice keeping peace within yourself. Begin each day by checking your energy. Ask, "What am I carrying today?" Not as a criticism, as awareness. Am I carrying irritation? Am I carrying pressure? Am I carrying fear? Am I carrying comparison? Am I carrying tenderness? Am I carrying hope? Then ask, am I about to respond from peace or from tension? This one question can save you from many unnecessary reactions. And finally ask, what needs soothing in me before I meet other people today? Maybe your body needs a slower breath. Maybe your mind needs one kind sentence. Maybe your heart needs to admit, "I am tired." Maybe your energy needs a boundary. Do not step into the day as if your inner state does not matter. It matters deeply. If you leave the house filled with unspoken resentment, that resentment will color the way you interpret everything. If you begin the day in panic, even neutral things may look threatening. If you begin with a little peace, your whole perception changes. The world may not become perfect, but you meet it differently. Here is a simple 60-second practice. Place your hand on your heart. Inhale slowly and think, "I am peaceful inside." Exhale slowly and think, I share peace with the world. Repeat this 3 times before answering a difficult message, before entering a meeting, before speaking with someone who often triggers you, before making a decision, or before walking into your home after a long day. This practice is small, but it creates a pause. And a pause is often where peace enters. Inhale, I am peaceful inside. Exhale, I share peace with the world. Again, inhale, exhale, again. Feel the body remember that it does not have to rush into reaction. Feel the heart become a little wider. Feel the throat become a little cleaner. From this place, your words will be different. Your silence will be different. Your boundaries will be different. Your generosity will be different. Mirror work can also help you become a source of peace. Stand before the mirror and look into your own eyes, not to examine what is wrong, not to criticize the face, not to search for proof of aging, tiredness, or imperfection. Look into your own eyes as someone you are learning to love. Then speak gently. The more peaceful I am inside, the more peace I have to share. I choose peace before I speak. My presence blesses the world around me. Let the words move slowly. Let your eyes receive them. If you feel emotion, let it come. Sometimes when we speak kindly to ourselves, the heart releases sadness because it has waited so long for that kindness. Do not rush away. Stay. This is how the inner cup is repaired. This is how you become safe for yourself. This is how peace stops being an idea and becomes a relationship. And now let us gather the lesson. Peace is not weakness. Peace is power that has been softened. It is strength without violence. It is clarity without cruelty. It is love without self-abandonment. It is generosity without resentment. It is presence without control. When you are no longer pulled so easily by fear, anger, judgment, or comparison, your life begins to influence the world in a different way. You no longer need to force people to feel your energy. Your energy speaks. You become the calm place you once searched for in others. You become the voice that does not abandon you. You become the presence that can enter difficulty without multiplying it. You become the person who blesses success instead of competing with it, listens without taking over, protects boundaries without hatred, gives without closing, and speaks without losing peace. This is not perfection. This is practice. This is the daily return to the cup within you. So today, tend to your own inner cup. Clean it with forgiveness. Fill it with rest. Warm it with kind words. Steady it with breath. Protect it with boundaries. Nourish it with gratitude. And when it begins to overflow, let that overflow bless others naturally, not from pressure, not from guilt, not from the need to be needed, from fullness. You are allowed to become peaceful before you help. You are allowed to breathe before you answer. You are allowed to fill yourself before you pour into others. And as you do, you will discover something beautiful. The peace you were searching for was never only something to receive from the world. It was something you were being invited to become. The more peaceful you are inside, the more peace you have to share. And your peaceful presence may become the quiet blessing someone else did not know they needed. Now, dear one, let us close with a gentle picture in the heart. Imagine that inside your chest there is a quiet lake. It does not need to prove anything. It does not need to rush anywhere. It simply rests beneath the open sky of your own being. At first, perhaps the surface has little ripples. These ripples may be thoughts, responsibilities, conversations, memories, or emotions that have moved through you today. Do not fight them. Do not judge them. Just breathe. With each breath, the lake becomes a little smoother. Inhale, and the body remembers safety. Exhale, and the old tension begins to loosen. Inhale, and the heart becomes softer. Exhale, and the mind releases what it cannot control. The surface of the lake becomes calm, clear, and still. And from this stillness, a gentle wave begins to move outward. This wave does not push. It does not force. It simply expands. It moves through your home, bringing softness into your family. It moves through your work, bringing clarity into your decisions. It moves through your relationships, bringing patience, honesty, and kindness. It moves toward every person you meet today, not because you are trying to rescue them, but because peace naturally blesses what it touches. You do not need to save the whole world. You do not need to carry every pain, fix every problem, or become responsible for every emotion around you. You only need to become a peaceful place, beginning within yourself. From that inner lake, your words become gentler, your choices become cleaner, your presence becomes steadier, and life around you begins to feel the quiet blessing of your peace.